Today we start on the whole redecorated house tour. Welcome in, I'm Kimberly. This is Pretty Over 50, where we talk everything makeup, skincare, and lifestyle for the over 50 woman. I am so excited to start on the house tour. You guys have been waiting for it, and I've been getting just the final touches done in order to show you what I have done here in South Carolina. If you're new here, welcome in. I'm so glad you stopped by for this one. I hope you'll consider subscribing while you're here and make sure you click that notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. If you're not familiar with my channel, or if you're new, I'll catch you up a little bit. About 3 months ago, I was living in the Lake Tahoe area on the west side of Nevada. I gifted or sold all my belongings. What was left, I threw into my SUV along with my cat and my new puppy, and I drove across the country to Aiken, South Carolina, where I am now living. When I moved into the home that I'm in right now, I had nothing. I didn't have any furniture. I had barely any home goods at all. Truly, just about the only thing I had that was useful was my camping cot and a camping chair. So I moved into this 3-bedroom, 1-bath home in the little quaint town of Aiken, South Carolina, with literally nothing, and got busy decorating this new home in a way that was affordable, comfortable, and attractive. I pretty much have the whole house done now, and this is the first installment of the whole house tour. Now, I originally thought that I would do the whole house tour in one video, but you know what? It would be really, really long, and I wouldn't be able to talk with you guys about all the different things that I purchased. What were the good keepers? What were the stinkers that you can just pass by? So I've decided to break it into a few videos. This is the first one. Today we'll be looking at the kitchen. And what I can tell you about the kitchen is that just about everything that I put in here, I've absolutely loved. It just came together so very nicely. So today I'm going to be walking you through the entire kitchen, showing you what I bought, which is everything that's in here just about. I think I brought some spices and a pot and a pan. That's about it. Everything else I have furnished since I've been here. My goal for putting this house together, because I'm probably only going to be in this house for 12 months, was to do it very, very affordably. I didn't want to spend a lot of money on someplace I wasn't going to stay but a short amount of time, but I still wanted it to be attractive, I still wanted it to be comfortable, and I still wanted it to be easy to maintain. So everything that I've purchased in this particular home that I'll be showing you in this series of videos is really decorating on a nickel. There are no precious items. There's no high-end furniture. This is very affordable, very useful furniture that has helped me make my new house a home. I will be doing the rest of the house in different installments, and I should have it all for you to see within the next few weeks. It's been a lot of fun. I have learned a lot, and you know what? It was easier than I thought. Things came together pretty doggone quickly. I would say that I had 99.9% of the house furnished within 8 weeks. There was just that last few things like throw pillows here, decorative blankets there, those kind of little detail items that took me just a little bit longer because I wanted to find the perfect match for the rooms that they went in. So today it's the kitchen, and I think it's about time that we hopped right in and take a look. Of all the rooms in the house, I think the room that I'm the happiest with, or the proudest of, or the one that just works the best for me is the kitchen. And I feel so grateful about that because I spend a lot of time in my kitchen. I love to cook, I love food, and getting it together in a way that was affordable yet really functional was important to me. And I'll have to say that most of the elements in this kitchen really work for me. I'm so pleased with almost everything. What I'm going to do now is walk you around the entire kitchen and go piece by piece and kind of talk about why I incorporated them, whether I think that they're really a good purchase or just not worth your money. The real heart of the kitchen is this stainless steel prep table. And oh my gosh, you guys, I love this prep table so very much. When I first moved in, what I noticed right away is that the kitchen itself has very little counter space. The counter space has a very small footprint, and there really isn't much area to chop food, prep food, lay out ingredients. The countertop is really quite small. In addition, there's this whole big area in the center of the kitchen that had nothing in it. It was just open space. And I thought, you know, a prep table would be a perfect solution to the small area of countertop and the big space in the middle of the kitchen. This prep table is really the heart of everything I do in the kitchen and is exactly where every recipe starts. I looked and looked for a stainless steel prep table, and I decided on stainless steel because of the other appliances in this kitchen. Plus, to be honest with you, I love the look of a stainless steel prep table. I finally found a nice prep table on Costco.com. It was well priced. It had great reviews. Only I couldn't order it. I wasn't a Costco member. I'm still not. And they weren't going to let me order it without being a member. What I did is I looked up the brand of the one offered on Costco, and luckily I found it on Amazon. It was about, I think, $50 or $60 more on Amazon than it was on Costco. So if you're looking for a prep table and you're a Costco member, you can get it cheaper there than the one that's going to be linked below. It did come boxed flat and I had to put it together, but it really wasn't that hard. It went together pretty quickly. This is where I prep all my food, where really all the work for cooking is done. On top of the table, I've added a wood tray, which I had at my other house. I was able to bring it with me and just put a bit of greenery in that to warm it up. Oftentimes when I'm ripening fruit that I want to make sure that I remember to eat, I'll put that right here on this tray. Over here, I picked up a beautiful piece of maple from the local farmer's market. There's a woodworker there, and he created this gorgeous cutting board, which I just fell in love with. You can see it has a live edge here, and it's very large. So it's really easy to prep an entire meal on this cutting board. I actually season this cutting board with tung oil about once a month, front and back, and it's kept it in really beautiful shape. The stainless steel itself, I am really surprised at the quality of this table for the price. But one thing that I am doing with this table is I am not being precious with it. In my mind, it is going to get used, be used, and look like it's being used. And I actually like the look of a prep table that has some history to it. You know, things have been cut on it, things have been prepared on it, that it really is the heart of the kitchen. And that's the way that I'm dealing with this prep table. Not only is the top fabulous, but it has a full shelf on the bottom. And what I have gone ahead and done is I only have 3 different items down here. This basket right there is where I keep my hot pads that I crochet. I do have a crochet problem. Right here is my sandwich baggies and aluminum foil. And then over right next to that is my compost bucket. So any vegetable or fruit scraps go into that compost bucket. It has a filter on top, so it filters out any odors. And then when it's full, that goes outside onto the compost pile. So I'll have to say one of my absolute favorite additions to this kitchen has been this prep table, and I'm really looking forward to owning it for years and years to come. Back in this corner of the kitchen, I really wanted to work on getting an area that was useful and kept things that I needed, but also looked attractive. One of the big hits in this kitchen has been this fan. And I've had so many of you ask me where I got this fan, and don't you just love the kind of retro feel of that fan? It has been wonderful. This fan really helped me during the summer when it was so doggone hot and this kitchen would get so warm when I was cooking. I just turn that fan on and it oscillates back and forth and really keeps the air moving in this kitchen, and I think it looks absolutely adorable. Now, right next to this fan is a little light that I have in the kitchen because I love the look of a little lamp in a kitchen and a bathroom as well. Now, this lamp, although it looks great, I probably wouldn't recommend it just because the design of it is kind of cattywampus. Let me show you what I mean. This shade will knock off how it's supposed to sit really easily. So although I like the way it looks, I probably would not purchase it again. I would get something else that was a little less high maintenance, because every time I bump it with my arm or something, I have to realign that shade. So not one of my favorite things about the kitchen, but that fan absolutely is. This little basket right over here does nothing other than hide the cords from the fan and from the lamp. Over here, I did bring a piece of raku pottery that I got up in the Mendocino area quite a while ago. That's where I used to live, and I love getting ceramic pieces from places that I've lived, so that houses my utensils. Over here is the coffee station, and you know what, you guys? I did not bring my press with me. I ended up gifting it. And when I got here, I just got this super inexpensive coffee maker at Walmart. I think it was like $12 or something. I might get another coffee press or a pour over or something. I'm just not there yet. I've been pretty happy with this, and I'm just settling for that for now. And then over here on the side of the refrigerator, I put a little magnetic hook, and that's what I keep my kitchen towel hung to. One of the kitchen additions I made, and oh my gosh, I can't believe I lived 65 years without this. It's this rack that goes over one side of your sink. Do you guys have one of these? If you don't, you might want to look into it. This is the stinking handiest thing because I can rinse out a dish really quickly if I've just measured something in it or used it to pour something, and I can rinse it out and put it on here to dry and put it away. It is so very easy. Because I have a dishwasher, I don't really need a double sink because I simply scrape and rinse the dishes and then put them right down here in the dishwasher. So having this rack over here on this side is so very handy. And you guys, everything that I'm talking about that I can link, I will link in the description box below the video. But let me tell you what, this rack is so affordable and is so stinking handy. And look, it just rolls up really, really easily. So it's not clunky. It's not hard to work with. It is such a big help in the kitchen. Over here in this corner is really just a decorative corner. I bought the round tray, I believe, at Hobby Lobby here locally, as well as the addition of that little feather art wood piece right there that I kind of touched up with some paint when I got home. In the canister right here is my homemade granola, and this is where I keep it. And that is an Anchor Hawking glass canister. I actually bought a 2 set of these canisters and I love them. You know, when I look for glassware for the kitchen anymore, I go right to Anchor Hawking because they do such a beautiful job, and I love all the Anchor Hawking pieces that I've gotten in my kitchen. And I want to show you guys this little scoop. Isn't that just so very cute? I love the natural wood on this and just how beautiful it looks. I got this off of Amazon. I'll go ahead and have it linked below if this is something that you find interesting. I just love it to scoop my granola with. When this kitchen table or prep table, I'm not sure what you would actually call this, when it first came in, I was a bit disappointed. I just really wasn't happy with how it looked. And of course, I put it together, and as I was doing so, I was thinking, I don't know if I really like this. But you know what? I have learned to love it over the weeks and months that I've been here. When I was putting it together, and I put together so many pieces of furniture, I was so tired of putting things together, I wasn't really impressed with the way the top looks. If you saw it here in person, you would really recognize that it's not real wood, and they didn't do a very good job of making it look like real wood. But you know what? Once I got it in here in the kitchen and started storing things here and putting things on top of it, I really kind of fell in love with it. It's the type of furniture that is not expensive at all, and it's not going to look expensive at all, but it is so sturdy and so handy. I absolutely am so thrilled I bought it. Now, right here, it has a big drawer on the top to keep pins and note paper and that sort of thing. So definitely super handy. And then the top of it is nice and big, so you can put a lot of things. Over here in the corner is generally my mail. I just moved it because you guys are here. But you can throw things on here. Over on the other side, I have Dex's cat bowl because Lord knows I can't leave it on the ground. Lucy would eat the whole doggone thing. And down below are 2 very generous shelves that I keep my mixing bowls, my salad bowls, my big pot. I have a couple of baskets down on the lower shelf. It really has worked very, very well, and it was super affordable. So in my mind, this table, although it didn't look that great when I first put it together, I'm so happy with it, and it's so handy, and I'm really enjoying owning it. Over on the side is my bottled water, and I bought this from Amazon. I had one of these at my old house, which I ended up gifting to someone. I really do like having the little canister to put the water bottles on. And the stool this is sitting on, that was a Facebook Marketplace find. If you haven't checked out Facebook Marketplace for household items, I can tell you I found a lot of really great items for my new home on Facebook Marketplace. Plus, I sold a whole bunch of my stuff when I moved on Facebook Marketplace as well. Another one of the pieces that I'm super, super happy with is this rack right behind me. On the side of the refrigerator, there was all this empty space, and I thought, gosh, it would be great if I could use that space for storage or something, because there's not a lot of cabinetry and storage in this kitchen. So you can see how this particular shelving unit works. I think it's a bookcase, or I think they maybe market it as a bookcase, but you can see that the top shelves are narrower or not as deep as the bottom shelf, so it expands as you go down. And I'll have to say, when this came in and I put it together and I put it on the side of the refrigerator, I was so tickled with how perfectly it fit. And it gave me this tremendous amount of attractive storage right on this kind of dead space area on the side of the refrigerator. So I have really taken advantage of this shelf, and oh my gosh, it has been such a gift to me. Up on top, I have a couple of plants and just some decorative bottles that I found at a local antique store. And then from the second shelf on down is where I store a lot of my produce. I have my onions there. I've got a piece of fruit that I'm ready to eat. Down below is where I keep my avocados and any tomatoes or whatever fruit I'm waiting to ripen. In addition, over here, look at that little cookie jar. Isn't that the sweetest thing? You know what that was? That was my grandmother's. I have such sweet memories of that cookie jar. That has stayed with me all my adult life, and I just treasure it. So now I have it in my new home. On the shelf below it are my potatoes and garlic. And then down on the very bottom shelf is a large basket, and that's where I keep my kitchen towels and kitchen cloths. So this has just been such a great addition to the kitchen. It gives me a whole lot more storage while creating a very interesting and fun decorative element at the same time. Down here we have little Lucy Lou's. This is her dining area, and she qualifies for the princess tray. So she has her food and water there. And that little small dish in the middle, I give her a fresh egg from the farmer's market every morning. So it goes in that little dish and she loves it. Finishing up the kitchen tour is the little table that I put together for eating. When I moved in, I knew that I probably wasn't going to be doing a lot of entertaining inside the house because the house is really small. However, there was this area in the kitchen that was perfect for a small table. And I thought about what I wanted, and I thought, just a little cafe table with a couple of chairs would be perfect for this area. And I love both the table and these chairs. And let me tell you what, those chairs are so stinking comfortable, and they're really cute and super affordable. I purchased both of these, the table and the chairs, online, and I can't remember. I think I got the table from Amazon. I think the chairs are either from Wayfair or Overstock. I will find them and have them listed down below. What I can say is I would buy both the table and the chairs again. That's how much I love them. Those chairs are so light and so comfortable and so easy, and I think that table is just adorable. And if I move to a house that I have a bigger kitchen table, I can definitely use this table as an accent table or maybe outside on the patio. It has just worked so very well. Then on top of the table, I got this little tray, I believe at Hobby Lobby locally. This vase, believe it or not, came across the country with me. And then this small vase where I have a hydrangea from my front yard is a little vase I bought at the Center for the Arts here in Aiken. That is a local ceramist that did that vase. Isn't it just so very pretty? And then behind the table, filling up this entire corner, is my Monstera, my Monstera. And it is sitting in a basket on the sister stool to the stool that the water is sitting on. So those came as a set, those two stools. But look at that Monstera. Isn't it just gorgeous? And it loves this light, bright, airy little corner. Now over to the right of the Monstera is a blank spot on the wall. I am actually working with an artist that I found on Instagram. Her name is Vicki McGrath. I am commissioning her to do a painting right for that area because I need something beautiful there, and I love her work and I really wanted to support her. So hopefully I'll have the Vicki McGrath painting up there soon. It's not here now, but it's definitely something I'm working on. So here's a different angle of the kitchen. You can see the little dining table and the monstera, the wonderful rack that I have filling up that dead space on the side of the refrigerator, the incredibly useful and wonderful prep table that I am just loving. And then over here is this beautiful storage unit that I've learned to absolutely love. That's the tour of my kitchen here in Aiken, South Carolina. I moved in several weeks ago to an empty house, and I think this kitchen has come together so nicely. It functions really, really well. Everything was affordable. It's attractive. It's easy to care for, and I really couldn't be happier. I'm loving all the spaces that I have to work and the way everything is organized. It really works so smoothly and so well. I hope you found this fun, useful, and helpful. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, I'm so grateful you stopped by. Make sure you hit that subscribe button before you go and click the notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. The rest of the house tour will be coming up soon. We'll do the living room, the master bedroom, the bathroom, the guest room, and maybe even a peek at my very disorganized filming studio, which I'm not in that much anymore, so I'm not sure it's my filming studio anymore. It's actually the room where I grow my microgreens, among other things. Thank you so much for joining me today. You guys know it just tickles me when you take a few minutes out of your day to spend it with me. I appreciate that, and I appreciate you. Again, I'm Kimberly. This is Pretty Over 50, where we talk everything makeup, skincare, and lifestyle for the over 50 woman. Make it a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.